Hi, and welcome to the Ideal Calibrations How to Calibrate Your Gas Detector series. Today we're going to be looking at the QRAE II by QRAE Systems. What you're going to need is going to be the monitor, length of tubing, a calibration cup, a cylinder of trusted calibration gas. We of course blend our own here at Ideal Gases. Also a 1.0 liter per minute regulator. This one right here is a multi-flow regulator that will give us whatever flow we need. And that's going to be it. Start off with, you're just going to take the monitor here, and press the button on the left, hold it down until the unit beeps, and it says on. Go ahead and release it. And it'll go through a startup check. I'm going to apologize if it's a little difficult to see on this camera. Here it says all the sensors are installed, and it goes through a warm-up period of 15 seconds. Usually before you calibrate a unit, you should give it a little bit longer than that if you could. Try and give it 5 minutes or so to get everything warmed up in there. And here we go. It gives a beep for us, and we can see that there's the CO sensor at the top, H2S, oxygen, and your LEO at the bottom. This one's looking for methane. The calibration gas you're going to be using today is going to be 50 parts per million carbon monoxide, 10 parts per million hydrogen sulfide, 18% oxygen, and 50% LEL methane. And normally the oxygen doesn't matter what percentage you have, you just use it for a bump test. But on the QRAE units, a lot of times they'll actually calibrate to whatever oxygen you have, so the 18% oxygen is important here. Okay, in order to calibrate, we're going to take both buttons, press them together and hold them for about 5 seconds. It's going to come up here asking a password. For us, our password is 000. You might have your own. In order to skip forward, press the button 4 times, and then press yes on OK. It'll pause the data logger for you and ask you if you want to calibrate. You hit yes on the right, and it'll ask you want to fresh air calibration. Always start with a 0. It's just a good practice for it. Occasionally, if you have lingering calibration gas in there, you hit 0, it'll zero at a point at which there's still some gas in there that you've forgotten about. I'm going to go through a calibration for the 0 point. It takes about 30 seconds. Let's put it down for a minute. Now with this cylinder of cal gas here, I don't have a normal disposable. What we're using is this one, which is a refillable cylinder. The same standards are still going to apply though. When you first screw this in, you're going to want to make sure that you have this open. Right now it's a 0, meaning there's 0 flow going through it. But normally you're going to want to leave it open and then unscrew this portion here. What will happen otherwise is all this empty space here, which is filled with the room air, when you open this, if you have this closed, will fill with calibration gas and mix with the room air, and it'll distort your values in there. Now it says here that it's all set, so we're going to hit yes on multiple sensor calibration. It'll automatically go down there. And you'll notice on the left here it has a star next to each one that it's going to calibrate. If you want to change, for instance, if you don't want to calibrate CO or H2S, press the button on the right and it'll move you down and then over. And then to remove the star or add it, you hit yes. So we're going to hit OK. And it says apply mixed gas. Apply the tubing here to regulate it. And if the unit says there's no gas flow like it does now, just let it be. It'll be alright. Screw this in here. And now we turn on the unit. Turn it to 1 liter per minute. And you can see now that it senses there's gas in there, it'll begin the calibration. It takes 1 minute to calibrate. I'll just let that go. If you are calibrating with a normal disposable cylinder with a regulator shape something like this, what you'll want to do is before you screw it into the top of the cylinder here, you'll want to open it up, screw it into the cylinder, and then once you can hear the gas flowing, you can go ahead and close it again. Again, that's just to make sure that the gas doesn't mix with the outside air inside that regulator there. Okay, now we're nearing completion. It's going to come up, say they're all calibrated, and show you the values it's gotten for each one. So you can go ahead and turn off your gas now. And it'll ask if you want to do a single sensor calibration. You're going to hit the button on the left to move down until you get to back. Do so again. Back. And it'll go into alarm here. So we're just going to unscrew the calibration cap. And we're just going to make sure it goes all the way back on to 0. That's happening. Take the tubing off the regulator here. Once this is going all the way back down to 0, I'd like to thank John from over at ST Communications for letting us borrow this monitor and many others in order to make these videos for you. You can find it really good quality used monitors for sale by him on eBay if you search the name It's Me JTO. It's a whole store up there with a bunch of them for sale. Okay. Notice it does take a little while for the numbers to fall here. You can see that the carbon monoxide is still at 2 parts per million. What's actually happening is there's a little sensor in there that's actually chemically removing the gas and changing it into electricity like a little battery. Okay, there you go. Now we're back at 0, 0, 20.9 for oxygen, and 0 for LEL. So we can turn the unit off, hold the button on the left, it'll beep once. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're all set. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, this is James Moore over with Ideal Calibrations. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can give us a call at 734-365-7192, extension 2, or you can send us an email here. It's james@idealcalibrations.com. Thank you much. You guys have a good day. Keep safe out there.